There are certain fighters who had been out of action for a very long time, where in 2017 they came back and made a massive statement in the UFC. So here is 5 successful UFC comebacks of 2017. Number 5. Iaquinta came into 2017 with a 2-year layoff due to suffering many injuries as well as having contract issues with the UFC. His last fight was a split decision victory over Jorge Masvidal at UFC Fight Night 63. In his comeback fight, he was booked to make his return against UFC veteran Diego Sanchez at UFC Fight Night 108. In the fight, Iaquinta landed a vicious right hook to get the knockout victory in the first round. Number 4. Jung came into 2017 with a 4-year layoff after completing his mandatory military service in his home country of South Korea. His last fight was a TKO loss against then UFC featherweight champion Jose Aldo at UFC 163. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face top featherweight contender Dennis Bermudez in the main event at UFC Fight Night 104. In the fight, Jung was able to land a vicious uppercut to get the knockout victory in the first round. Number 3. Rockhold came into 2017 with a 1-year layoff due to injuries. His last fight was a knockout loss to Michael Bisping at UFC 199, where he lost his UFC middleweight title. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face top middleweight contender David Branch in the main event at UFC Fight Night 116. In the fight, Rockhold was able to flatten David Branch on the ground with the back mount, where he rained down punches to get the submission victory. Number 2. Khabib Nurmagomedov came into 2017 with a 1-year layoff due to suffering many injuries. His last fight was a dominant Kimura victory over Michael Johnson at UFC 205. His next fight with Tony Ferguson was scrapped due to him falling ill on the weigh-ins. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face top lightweight contender Edson Barboza at UFC 219. In the fight, Khabib Nurmagomedov absolutely mauled Edson Barboza for all 3 rounds to win the fight by a dominant unanimous decision. Number 1. St Pierre came into 2017 after a 4-year layoff and was ready to make history. His last fight was a split decision victory over Johnny Hendricks at UFC 167, where in his post-fight interview, he said he needed to take time away from the sport and vacated his UFC welterweight title. In his comeback fight, he made the move up to the middleweight division and was booked to face then UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping in the main event at UFC 217. In the fight, GSP was able to land a solid left hook, dropping Michael Bisping to the canvas. GSP then immediately jumped on Michael Bisping's back and sunk in a rear naked choke in the 3rd round, choking Michael Bisping unconscious. He was now the UFC middleweight champion of the world. He became the 4th fighter ever to hold 2 titles in 2 different weight classes.